Always need a good brew to start off your day, and appropriate safety shoes. Welcome back for another beautiful Saturday morning here in Auckland, New Zealand. You're joined by your boy Harris for an update on the MX5 power upgrade, transmission upgrade thingy. Everything that needs to be removed from the car has been removed. We've already replaced the engine mounts and put the new Mazda Speed competition mounts in. But as far as removal goes, everything is off the car. The only thing left now is to go onwards and upwards with the new stuff like the clutch and the seals, the rear main seal, the diff seals, and what else? Oh yeah, and I said the clutch, didn't I? Yeah, the clutch. So everything's looking good. The rear main seal. So I'm waiting for Super Cheap Auto to open because it's like 8 AM now and they only open a bit later. When I was doing the front main seal with my friend Isaac, we were using tools that probably wasn't the best, so that gave us a lot of headaches when we could have just gone out and get the proper tools. So I'm going to head out soon after my brew to get the picks in there, so that the oil seal can come out. We put the new seal in and it should be easy going forward. Actually, the only thing that could be a problem is getting this guy in by myself, but we'll tackle that when that problem comes. Okay, here we go. Got some WD-40 Loctite scrubber and oil seal pick set. Right, I got my ugly clothes on. It's time to tackle this rear main seal. Before I start removing the seal, I think I might give this back of the transmission a bit of a clean. There's a lot of oil up here, so I'm going to spray with some degreaser and then wipe it down with a rag. Okay, now that the back of the engine is a little bit more presentable, let's go ahead and try to remove this rear main seal. Unfortunately, my camera died when I took the seal out, but here it is. It's all out with the ring. These tools worked for me, but you know, your mileage may vary. So what I'm going to do now is going to continue cleaning the end surface of the flywheel where it bolts onto, and then install the new ring. Give my new O-ring, my new seal, and the hammer. And that's it. Main rear seal installed. So I don't have the flywheel back from the machinist, so I might go ahead and use this time to clean up the diff and the transmission. I still got the seals to put on the diff, so let's go ahead and do that. I think it's a good time to remove the throwout bearing and the actuating arm, the clutch fork, so that I can get the hose in here and spray all this crap off. So I think you open it behind here and then remove it. Yeah, I might get the hose in here because this is really black. And you know what? That's clean enough. I could probably take this to the self car wash and get it hosed down properly, but I don't think I need to spend too much more time. I mean, it's a lot cleaner than it was before, so I think that'll do. Okay, while the transmission's drying, I'm going to go ahead and remove the shifter, drain the oil that's in there, and let this dry in the sun. While also waiting for that, we can go ahead and replace the diff seals on the torsen. I don't know how long these guys have been here for, but they look a little bit tired. It's no harm replacing both of these now while we wait for the flywheel to be finished machining. Okay, and I guess for seals, it's the same thing like any other seal, it should be able to come out. I can feel the lip, so I'm gonna try. Oh, there we go. Alright, just to do that to the other side. And for installation, the little lippy things here point outwards. Get a little hammer, and I can knock these guys in. Now that the diff is ready, I think it's time to put the torsen diff inside the car. I don't need the transmission in just yet because that's going to go in probably last. But there's nothing stopping me from putting the torsen axles, which are not these ones, they're over there, into the car first, into the hubs, and then the diff as well. And then at least I can get to square away the rear end of the car now. Before I put it in, I'm going to see what I need from the old diff to put in the new one, and I think I need that this little bracket here. I also need to squish this spacer down as well. So I'm going to transfer that, put it underneath, find the bolts that I've removed, and put these guys in, and then, oh, with the jack of course, use the jack, lift the diff, hopefully go smooth. Alright, I'm going to try bench press this diff and then bolt it onto the bottom of the car. I like making it difficult for myself. Oh, flip me. Okay. I did it without these things though, so I'm gonna have to take the nut off and then put these guys on. And then we're alright. Let me just take a rest. Ooh. Alright, it's easy sailing from here. Get the small nuts on, and that is the diff in the car. Ah! Time to put on the half shafts. Alright, drop the top control arm so we can knock the splines into the hub. Alright, I won't tighten that top bolt down until the car is on its own weight. You don't want to be pinching the bushings when it's up like this. Because when the car goes down, the wheel moves up, and then that will be really tight when it's actually a lot higher than what it is. We'll do the same for the other side. I was being silly. You're going to have to drop the control arm first, and then insert the half shaft into the diff,
before you put it back on, and then drop it down and tighten it. So don't be like me, kids, and do it properly. Okay, I managed to do it. And how I did it was I removed the brake caliper hanging off to the side, bend the hub super far towards me, and then popped both the diff side of the half shaft and the hub side. So now it's working. I'll do the same thing for the other side. And the torsen diff is installed. I only have one little query, is whether or not I push the half shafts in properly. So maybe one of you experts can tell me whether I've done that or not. Or I'll just find out when they pop out when I'm doing some sweet drifts and donuts. Anyway, that's I think all I can do for today. I will have to wait for the flywheel to be machined, and then we can go back to installing the clutch, which is sitting very lonely by itself upside down.